Hello, my name is May, and this is my series about Kelley Kenney, one of the characters I play as in Project Zomboid's Build 42. Kelley was a pig farmer from Echo Creek. She was tough, resourceful, and loved her quiet life. This is how she died. This is part 2 of this series. I'll go day by day through her adventures, showing her decision-making, mistakes, and triumphs as she navigates the zombie apocalypse. Previously, she tried to establish a base at the edge of Irvington, but after multiple failed attempts to clear the surrounding area of zombies, she decided to retreat back to Echo Creek and level up her carpentry skills before returning again. However, on a trip to Riverside for carpentry supplies, she stumbled across a remote home near Mad Dam's Den that was the perfect place for her to hide out, train up her carpentry skills, and establish a safe house. Now it's day 15, and Kelley needed to find nails. The engine on her box truck was ruined, so she wasn't going to be able to drive anywhere. She did have another car back in Echo Creek, so she got up early in the morning and started walking. She got back to her car in the early afternoon and decided to drive around and look for nails before the sun went down. While she searched, she found a generator, some tools, and came across a very popular home. After clearing it out, she didn't find any nails there, but she did find a fanny pack. It was getting late, so she decided to head home, unpack the car, and go to bed. The next day, she decided to check the homes in her local area for nails. First, she drove to Medshire Estate, a gated community nearby, but decided there were too many zombies there and she'd need to find another way in. Next, she looted the houses next door, and aside from a carpentry book and some sparse food supplies, there wasn't much for her to take. She looped back around to Medshire Estate, hopping the fence and sneaking into a few homes towards the edge of the community. And while there were some really nice resources here, it wasn't anything she had much use for at the moment. And again, no nails. She decided to call it there, head home, and try again tomorrow. On the 17th day, Kelley planned a route towards Riverside with a stop at a gas station along the way. Her destination was the factory just outside of town. They had a big warehouse and it seemed like a good place to check for now. Luckily, they had everything she needed and more, including boxes of nails. She took her supplies home and spent the rest of the afternoon working on the front wall of her base. Day 18 was spent at the safe house, organizing inventories and sawing logs. On day 19, she decided that her progress towards Carpentry Level 3 was too slow and that she needed to find the next carpentry skill book. She decided to search the elementary school in Irvington, with the hopes that they still had the required reading. While she was able to find some helpful skill books, she did not find the carpentry book she needed. With zombies all around the school, she decided to throw some firecrackers on one side of the building so she could sneak out the other and make a quick escape. When she got back to a safe place to sleep, she collapsed into bed exhausted and disappointed. She left Irvington in the early hours of the morning on day 20. She needed to clear her head, so she spent a few hours at the safe house barricading her home and planning her next steps. She decided that even though she'd almost leveled up her carpentry already, it would still be worthwhile to also check the school in Riverside for any skill books. She went to Riverside and cleared herself a place to sleep in town in preparation for the next day. On day 21, Kelley needed to loot as much of Riverside as possible. She had a few key locations she wanted to hit, but she wasn't totally sure how she was going to get past all the zombies and into these locations safely. Then, she found a gun. Her run on Riverside had been successful. She found skill books, supplies, weapons, and food, and got out of town without a scratch on her. A storm had blown in overnight, bringing heavy rains throughout day 22. Kelley stayed home, working around the house and taking the opportunity to reflect on the past few weeks. She'd been in pure survival mode this entire time and wondered what the future held for her. But then she realized that sometimes life is simply about enjoying the rain. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to see more of Kelley's survival efforts, please consider subscribing or following me on Twitch. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful day.